Al Jazeera Podcasts.
I'm David Enders, and this is The Take. As Israel's war on Gaza continues, we're coming to you on Sundays with a weekly roundup. This week, 235 days into a ceasefire, Israel has killed at least 880 Palestinians in Gaza. Both U.S. and Iranian officials said the two sides were close to striking a deal. The World Central Kitchen announced it is cutting back aid to Palestinians in Gaza. Israel deported hundreds of international activists attempting to break the siege of Gaza. Today is Sunday, May 24. Israel has killed more than 72,775 Palestinians in Gaza since October 7, 2023. There was renewed hope on Sunday of the U.S. and Iran striking a deal to end the war the U.S. and Israel began against Iran at the end of February. Israel, however, has not been a direct party to the negotiations. Al Jazeera's Tohid Asadi reported on the latest from Tehran, where some officials were casting the potential deal as a victory.
Tehran says that Washington and Iran are edging towards finalizing this memorandum of understanding, but we know that speaking of the demands from the Iranian side, at least 3 points top the list of priorities for the country. First, the security assurances Tehran is looking for to make sure that at the end of the day it's not going to be another round of confrontation, specifically seeing the very fact that this country was in the middle of the negotiations twice over the past less than a year when they faced another round of escalation. And of course, the second point in that regard is the sanction relief, and that makes it related to the nuclear dossier of the country. And last but not least is the U.S. imposed blockade on the Iranian ships and vessels and oil tankers in particular, which is putting a serious negative impact on Iran's oil exports. And in return, we are talking about the situation at the Strait of Hormuz, which is further complicating the situation. Whether or not all these sticking points, in addition to which I can refer to some others such as war reparation, Iran regional relations, the ballistic missiles and others, could be resolved within the trajectory of diplomatic engagement is something that we have to keep waiting.
Gaza's humanitarian situation worsened again this week, as the World Central Kitchen, an NGO many Palestinians there have come to rely on for meals, said it was scaling back its operations. Al Jazeera's Tareq Azzoum filed this report.
Until recently, the World Central Kitchen said it was serving nearly 1 million meals daily across Gaza. But funding shortages, border closures, and the lack of supplies forced a major reduction in operations, cutting the number of meals to only a few 100,000 a day. World Central Kitchen did not allow Al Jazeera to film inside its facilities, as the humanitarian organizations continue operating under mounting Israeli pressure and severe shortages. But outside, the consequences are impossible to hide. Children wander through the streets carrying empty pots, repeating the same cry heard across Gaza's many displacement camps. Others search through piles of garbage, hoping to find something edible. In Gaza, hunger is no longer a distant threat. It's now part of daily life for families already exhausted by war, displacement, and loss.
Israel deported hundreds of international activists this week who attempted to break the siege of Gaza by sailing there. The activists were arrested before they even reached Israeli territorial waters, and before they were deported, some of them were filmed being berated and taunted by Israeli officials, including Itamar Ben-Gvir, a leading figure on Israel's far right who is being investigated by the International Criminal Court for encouraging violence against Palestinians. Here's Al Jazeera's Nida Ibrahim on Thursday.
What these videos show is how Israel is now reaching a point where people like Itamar Ben-Gvir can safely feel it's okay for him to boast about the mistreatment of these prisoners or these activists, as well as another minister, Marthe, who has been also seen at the port of Ashdod trying to show that these activists have been, she called them names, saying that they've been drunk by alcohol, as well as the fact that the mistreatment is valid. All of that has caused a lot of uproar inside Israel, saying that whatever the Israeli media machine has been trying to do, the propaganda, all of that has been debunked by a video like that from Ben Gvir.
And that's The Take for Sunday, May 24. Please join us again tomorrow. This episode was produced by me, David Enders. Our sound designer is Alex Roldan. Alexandra Locke is The Take's executive producer.